by looking at them at a glance. Now, there's always exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, every operating system has improved on their predecessors from version to version in these four areas. And even the earliest operating systems, at least, paid some attention. I mean, look at DOS. I mean, it's command line. Even then, you can see how the designers of DOS did their best to include the four C's for control. DOS doesn't do anything until you type a command in. And then it does exactly what you tell it to do. Conveyance, okay, maybe you got to type in CD / caret, whatever. But look, right there in the command prompt, it tells you exactly where you are. And with the dir command, it gives you a list of places you could go to and files you could access. Now, context and continuity for DOS were difficult. You could only operate DOS if you knew the specific command that you wanted to do. And since DOS was only really a bare-bones operating system, each program did things in different ways. WordPerfect had completely different controls from Lotus 123, for example. But you know what? Things got better. Windows 3.1, bam! You've got better context. You can see a bunch of things you can do right there on the screen. You don't have to memorize the commands. And everything kind of works the same way. You click the icon to start the program. You click the little dash thing in the corner in order to close the program. Sure, Windows 3.1 is dated by today's standards, but even back then, Microsoft really was thinking about how to address the four C's. Windows 8 really screws up on all four. I mean, I never thought I'd say this, but they actually created an operating system less user-friendly than DOS. When I first started up Windows 8, the first big problem, and the one that really created the bulk of my aggravation with this OS, I didn't have any control over it. I mean this, the thing would just do things, and I had no idea how or even if I was causing it to do those things. I'd be trying to look up the solution to a problem, and all of a sudden the weather application would pop up. Now, I didn't want to bring up the weather in the first place, but I mean, this wasn't like a situation where I could just say, oh, I know what I did there to cause that, and I won't do that again. No, this just kept happening, and I had no freaking idea why. It's like, I don't know, you're trying to type an essay on how many ninjas it would take to defeat Godzilla, or whatever. And all of a sudden, whoosh, a goblin appears in midair, farts in your face, and disappears. You think, what the fuck was that? And so after a while, you just go back to work on your essay, and then it happens again. The goblin comes up, and he farts in your face. And you know it's going to happen again and again, but you have no idea when or why that goblin's going to come back. And so after a while, you're thinking more about trying to brace yourself for the next goblin fart, which you can't predict, rather than your essay, which you're trying to work on. Throws off your concentration is what I'm getting at here. To make things worse, Microsoft made two big design decisions, bad design decisions for the Metro apps. First, they made these apps full screen. So again, I'm trying to do something, and the weather pops up, and it completely obliterates anything to do with anything I actually wanted to do. Say what you will about pop-ups. They may be annoying, but at least they don't cover up everything when they do occur. The other problem is that I couldn't figure out a single way to close the damn weather application. There's no X in the corner, there's no instructions, no menu. How do I get rid of the damn thing? Even trying the usual things, right-clicking, whatever, I couldn't get rid of it. I had absolutely no control over anything the computer was doing. And this was happening about once every minute and a half.